like, yeah, you can have.
No.
Just no. I can't. I won't
think
allow it.
Like it's different when it's the guy's favorite girl. You know, like this is our favorite girl.
No, like it would be a guy's
chicks.
dream. If no, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking opposite. I'm like,
I'll
if like you got to have sex with Haley Baldwin,
Right.
your boyfriend would be like, let's go.
No, that was not what I was saying.
No. All right, get it now. All right.
Anyway, you're not letting this happen.
No. That wraps up today's show. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Follow us on Instagram at Chicks in the Office. Dallas Braden up next.
I want to touch you, you're just made for love. I need la 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 la. I need la 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 la. I need la 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 la.
Yo.
Hello.
Yo.
Coming at you, Simi Valley.
Okay.
Bing, ba ba da ba ba ba.
I'll save that for you. Thanks.
Bing, ba ba. Sweet Vans.
Cool.
Old school.
Those. Yeah.
Where's
What's
Delta
up,
Bravo?
people? He's here.
There he is. Yo, DB.
America's favorite nut.
Hey, buddy. Were you taping S9 this morning?
No, we actually got an afternoon piece on that because you know, Pecan, you got to take this. You got to take these kind of things as compliments. This is how I try to do it anyway. When they just handpick your producer and snag him off your radio show, snag him off your podcast, snag him off everything, and utilize him, well, you have to look at it like they're confident that you guys can get this done with little to no direction.
And it proves that Jay Hay is desirable.
No, fuck him. Fuck Jay Hay.
Hold on. The podcast has absolutely nothing to do with me.
No. What do you mean?
It sounded like you were attributing the fact that we have a podcast at a different time to the fact that I'm desirable.
No, well, yeah, like we have to, like.
But that was no. It's because of Jared's home run derby.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
That's why, because he was pulled off last minute. There's been you could not have jammed more last minute decisions into this week.
Well, like
20
Sunday,
seconds.
I had to email OMB about an itinerary, and then I had to email him this morning, like, what's our per diem and shit. So I hope to get a response.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
Good luck. Per diem? Bring your wallet. That's your per diem.
How much do you have on your debit card?
Yeah.
Going back 5.
Give it LA pride. Ain't no party like a West Coast party, cause a West Coast party don't stop.
3, 2.
All right, it's July 11th. It's a special day for your boy, Dallas. It's a special day for Peaches, Pecan, Patrick Connor. I've already been to 7-Eleven. I already got my free Coca-Cola Slurpee. I took that shit right to the gym. Wow. I was amped up. I got a few weird looks. That's okay. It's National Free Slurpee Day, baby. Let's go.
That's the pre-workout drink of America's favorite nut right
Aren't
there.
they this big? They're like,
no.
Yes, they are. The
Are they?
free Slurpees.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
They're
Don't
a
say
shot.
that. Don't say that.
Yes,
You have no idea because I participate in this. I participate in this, and
right.
I've never had a mini Slurpee.
Yes, I guarantee you, we leave this radio show and go to 7-Eleven. The Slurpee is this big.
You think that's not happening?
Yeah,
that's
that's
happening. What do you have to do after this radio show?
We're going to go
We're
to
going.
7-Eleven.
We're going to 7-Eleven.
And I'm going to prove you wrong.
God damn this.
No, they're little guys, which is okay because my girlfriend has to tolerate little guys, too, on the reg.
God bless her.
You know? I love you, Michelle. But it was a great jolt of sugar. It's a way to get your exercise really kicked off in the right direction. And so I'm going to take that energy into England-Croatia, which is about to kick off. Dallas, I know you'll keep us abreast of every and any scores by the 3 Lions who have put a nickel on today. Come on, baby. Roll them fucking dice. Let's go.
Yeah, we are 1 minute in right now. Croatia possessing the football, and they're trying to figure shit out. We've already got confrontation here England is already chirping at the old red shirt. So we'll see how this goes early on. But this is exciting. This is your one-stop shop, FIFA World Cup, folks.
Let's go.
Semi-final on the way. So I'll do our best.
Well, the consequences are that France is already in the finals this weekend. And if England makes it, dude, that is some historical shit. I mean, you don't have to be a history buff or major to understand. If you've seen Braveheart, you know the relationship that is centuries old between the English and the French. So it could be pretty exciting. And so, I'm fired up to see what happens.
Oh, man, you got to watch. If that goes down, is Braveheart the most watched movie on Netflix tonight? Just to prepare?
Well, it's not for everybody. It's about 3.5 hours.
Oh, so what?
Well, dude, I'll watch every minute of it. You know I will.
Absolutely.
I'm a huge Braveheart, Longshanks guy. You got the French princess there. I've told you about my cousin Lars, who loses his shit every time you mention. Every time I see him, he brings up that the Scottish didn't bare ass the opponent. So it's a big thing in our family. I'm a huge Braveheart guy. Back when Mel Gibson was pretty normal.
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
since lost his normalcy. You know what I mean?
What movie out there? What epic tale is watchable at any random time? Like, and we're talking 3-hour piece, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're flipping through and you see Das Boot come across. Are you like,
no,
I'm because that's a 5-hour Johnny right there.
Yeah, that's like Dr. Zhivago. That's quite an investment. I'll give you one. Civil War, Glory, Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington,
sure.
Carrie Elwes.
Sure.
It's probably a top 5 film for me.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
But I got to go, like Braveheart, Patriot.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I mean, those are both. Not a big fan of the Patriot?
Yeah, like the potential was mighty.
Okay.
But the payoff, not so much.
Really?
Didn't love it.
See, I got, like, it really struck a chord for me when he's boiling down his son's army men, and he ends up fucking plugging homeboy with those bullets like that. Like,
that's
just,
sick. Yeah.
And he took his dogs. Like, I was a big fan.
Yeah, but they were Great Danes, which is a breed near and dear to your heart, Dallas.
Correct, which is probably why I have some sentiment towards that film. But
aren't you a Dances with Wolves guy?
Huge. I could watch that movie right now. Like right now. If it was on, if it was airing, it would be on one of these televisions here in our office. So that's how.
Does Robin Hood with Kevin Costner count?
Men in Tights, I'm all over. The one with Kevin Costner.
Morgan Freeman? I don't think. By the way, Morgan Freeman's portrayal of the Muslim warrior probably wouldn't work today.
Yeah, is that not? Is that falling on? That's ruffling some feathers? Huh?
I feel like that movie's dated itself a little bit.
Poor Morgan Freeman, dude. He got, he's just got the rough thing with the freckles, and he's had his recent issues with the Me Too movement. But that son of a gun, I still got respect for Morgan Freeman. So yeah, we miss him in that one. Did you know the Barstool has kind of a movie? I guess it's a podcast now called Lights, Camera, Pod. Are you guys aware of this?
Yes, I was aware that happened. I was upset that I was not even suggested for maybe a potential slot on that podcast. Like just nothing, because I feel like myself and Robbie Fox are massive film buffs. You, Pecan, huge film buff. Sweet E loves the theatre. We got a lot of folks that are dialed in on the movie scene. And but you know what? Barstool does what they do. They went out and plucked talent that they fucking knows their shit, and that's what happened.
Yep.
So hats off to those boys.
I brought that up because and obviously we're going to get to what happened last night. Some odd shit in baseball, including our guy,
Thought of
LaCroix.
you immediately.
Oh, man. He's a decorated veteran. He'll get over it.
Oh, yeah.
But for a moment there, I'm sure he was a little bit bummed. Okay, so Lights, Camera, Pod on Twitter yesterday asked the question, what are your top 3 best movies so far from 2018? And there pretty much every reaction.
We gotta go!
Dallas, tell me it's fucking England. Tell me.
England puts
It's
it in the bag.
England.
1-0 on a free kick. Holy shit.
So first round of beers in D.C. is on Pecan.
Man.
Oh, you goddamn right. Dilly dilly. Get ready for a lot of dilly dilly, baby.
Amazing. What a shot.
Nice.
Right out of the box. Free kick. Bent it into the top right corner. Kieran Trippier. Unbelievable. Shot by the striker.
Fucking Dallas Braden and Tommy Smith. That's the duo we all need to see.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's already got me feeling good because pretty much my rent next month depends on how this World Cup goes. So
I like it.
I was a little bit disappointed in Dallas. I know you'll go see a movie. So real quickly, I couldn't come up with 3 movies from 2018. Most everybody that weighed in, and a lot of people tweeted in, they did the Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, and then there was The Quiet Place, Annihilation, and just kind of a smattering, a smorgasbord of other films. I mean, I can't even think of a top film, a movie that I have thoroughly enjoyed in 2018.
It's because you haven't seen Sicario 2. That's why.
Okay. I want to, dude. That's right up my alley, bro.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. Sicario 2 is fucking sick. Let's be real.
Okay. Yeah.
Deadpool 2? Come on.
Yeah, I want to see that one. That looks good.
Deadpool is unbelievable. I'll tell you what I'm waiting for, though. I'm waiting for The Meg to drop. That's the movie about
the shark?
Yes, the Megalodon. Correct.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I am so with you.
Don't be an asshole, Jay. Hey.
No, I'm 100%. I saw. What did I see? I was in the movie I was in the theaters for like a real movie, quote unquote, and I saw that preview, and I said, I'm definitely seeing that.
Yes, I want to see like dude, just the image of I think one of the images in the previews is that people are surfing on a beach.
Yeah.
And like through the wave, through the break, you see the shadow, and I think it's of an alligator. Honestly, it's just this massive fucking croc, and you're just like, oh my god! I'm here for the visuals of shit like that. I want it, and because I know for a fact that the Megalodon is swimming somewhere around there. Like that's real. Megalodon is real. This shit is alive.
I believe it.
It's alive and kicking for sure.
I believe it.
It's just being I don't want to say satirized, but it's being romanced because we just don't have the actual footage of it. Well, I tell you what, once we set fucking eyes on a 22-foot great white shark in the wild, we were like, oh, shit, that whole Jaws thing, real?
Yeah, fuck it. You know, out here in west of the Bay Area, obviously, out in, I forget that there's an island, an archipelago, so to speak, and that's where a lot of the great whites breed, right?
Yep.
And you can go out there, and for like $1,000, you can get down in a cage and take a run at those great whites, dude.
Yes.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I would do that, Dallas, as long as I could test those bars ahead of time and make sure they're nice and fused and nice and welded tight.
Yeah,
have you guys ever watched 47 Meters Down?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that place you're talking about, Pecan, the Farallon Islands?
Farallon, that's right. Thank you, Dallas.
Yeah, there is, it's tremendous fishing out there, first and foremost. Great fishing. But, yeah, the Farallon Islands are nothing to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. I would be totally down. I tried to get, actually, Pecan, true story.
Yeah.
I tried to get, when I worked at ESPN, part of our ballpark tour thing that they had me doing was, just checking out shit to do around the cities that we were going to. So I proposed the idea of sending me down to the bottom of McCovey Cove in a shark tank. And like just kind of, we could simulate, a fake shark attack, like in the cove or whatever, with me in the cage, underwater cameras, and I apparently overshot our film budget.
You'll be shocked to learn that was true.
So instead, I rode around the bay with a guy from the Barbary Ghost. And adorned a full unicorn onesie and paddleboarded around for an hour like an asshole out on McCovey Cove.
Incredible. Fuck it. Let's finance that and kind of scare up our own budget for that.
Yeah.
Let's get you and Eric Burns. Let's get you in a cage and out to the Farallon.
I love Burnsy, but we've got a resident outdoorsman. All right, and this is another thing.
YP?
You fucking know it. I need my man YP out here behind that fucking hard 3-inch steel and let him catch a peek at some of them gums flashing from the mighty great white. Absolutely.
Woo!
I think YP would absolutely shat himself.
Dude, that is a phenomenal call. I'm all in. And you know what, for me, the most intimidating moment of that whole experience, what it would be, is not so much the shark right up on the cage.
No.
It's the shadow in the distance.
No.
Where you're trying to peek and determine what the fuck is that. And you see this shadow, this darkness coming towards you.
Well, see,
hell coming ready to rage upon you.
Well, there's no need to determine what's coming at you. You fucking know what's coming at you. That's a fucking great. You are fearing reality, and your reality is the apex predator is swimming around you right now, just figuring out a way to get through that cage. He's like, damn it, one of these things again. I feel like the great whites out there at the Farallons look at shark divers in cages kind of like pit bulls look at chew
Yeah.
toys. They're like, oh, this will be fun. And the next thing you know, you're getting drug up with 2 bloody femurs and your fucking legs are done because you got turned into shark food, bud. But I'm absolutely into this. Yeah, I need me and YP underwater staring face to face with these sharks.
It's about $800 per an airline and then a camera crew. Done. Fucking done. We're on
No,
it.
we
All
got
right.
a camera crew. Yeah, we got a camera crew out in the bay. That's done.
Yeah, we'll get one out here. No problem. Your boys over there at CSN, NBC California can take care of that. And speaking of NBC California, the television home of the Oakland Athletics, dude, I was on that game last night, Dallas, and Verlander dealt through 6.
Sure did.
Astro bullpen comes in.
Yep.
A's mount an incredible rally in the 9th to tie it at 4. And then in the 11th, our guy Piscotty bounces another one over the wall. The second time he's done that in a couple of days or whatever.
4.
Piscotty on fire. Has it been 4 games, twice in 4?
4 homers in 4 games, Pecan.
Woo!
Guy is fucking raking right now. You kidding me?
Yes.
Guy is
Okay.
hot.
So the A's go up, and what do? They bring in Blake Trinan, who I heard on with your boy Towney, 95-7 the game yesterday. Good kid out of Kansas. Humble, fucking knows his roots. He comes in, and it wasn't Blake Trinan. The Astros get it done, and Jonathan Lucroy made 2 fatal mistakes behind the dish. Dallas, take it away.
Well, let's be honest. First of all, Blake Trinan, I think that was his 3rd day in a row, and I knew 2 pitches in to the outing
could see
for
it.
Blake. You could absolutely see it. The ball did not have the finish. There was no 99 100s. It was 96. It was 95 at times. Some of those were balls that he was cutting on purpose, that little slider that he likes to throw. So I knew right away, though, you know what? He's gonna need some help. And if you listened to the broadcast, there was the at-bat against, I think it was against Kemp, actually. It was 0-1, and then he throws a ball that was essentially almost middle. They were trying to go in, but it was middle down. It was a strike, but Lucroy, because he had to reach back across himself, and because he's dealing with the velocity he's dealing with, he sort of, and this is a term we use, this is the term that Ray Fosse, the great catcher, the great Oakland catcher, Indians catcher, actually used himself during the broadcast and said he boxed that ball. And what that means is, instead of catching a ball and being able to bring it up to the bottom of the zone, he caught it at the bottom of the zone and rode it down out of the zone. So instead of bringing it up to the bottom, he rode it down and out. And that is where the phrase boxing comes from, when you're just not catching the ball cleanly the way you see him do so many times. So he was having a tough go, just sort of being able to suck up some strikes and give the umpire a really good look at some borderline pitches that I think really changed or could have changed the complexion of some of those ABs, because it was that ball back up the middle that he hit, right? So after that, you've got what happens with Bregman.
Bregman. Yeah, shit, man.
He squibs that ball, and it's foul, and then it makes its way back into fair territory. And so I heard a lot of people say, well, you don't want to ever chase a runner back to – I get that. And what he did was he grabbed the ball, he made one attempt at a tag, and that ball shot out of his hand. Shot out.
Yeah.
Didn't control it. So now it's off the umpire's chest, and Bregman is running. Well, the reason he went to try to tag him is because if you don't have to make a throw, especially with a runner on second base, let's not do that, right? So he tried to tag him, didn't work out. Now he has to make the throw, makes the throw, ends up dosing him, and the rest is fucking history. So
the ball goes up the right field side. Did it bounce off Bregman's skull? Did it catch part of his helmet, Dallas?
Yes, that's what it was. But Pecan, before that happened, the ball from Simeon at shortstop, right? The throw home to prevent the run from scoring, Lucroy drops that ball as well. Isn't able to hold on to it during the tag, and that's ultimately what ties the ball game. So in a matter of a half inning, honestly in a matter of what seemed to be about 5 minutes, Lucroy wasn't able to hold on to a throw, wasn't doing himself any favors in terms of getting strikes for his guy, and then ends up on the errant tag attempt and then the errant throw. So he was squarely in the middle of 3 pivotal plays that honestly cost them the game. But as I said, Jonathan Lucroy by the time he got out of the shower, had already flushed it. Done deal.
Right.
We'll get him tomorrow. And you have to have that mentality. You can't let a game right now in July against the Astros break your back. You can't have that mindset, because if you put all your eggs into that basket last night and you show up to the yard today still kicking yourself in the ass about what happened, you're not doing anybody any favors. And that's why I say Lucroy had already flushed it, because he's a veteran. He's been through shit like this. He's been there, done that 10 times over. He's not fucking worried about it. He gets it in his heart of hearts, and in that clubhouse, he wore the L. But he's moved on. Well, so it was just a very, very crazy scene to unfold. Like, I just had I was like, holy shit, am I really, like, is this really happening right now?
And the A's have exhibited so much magic. Best record over the last 20 games, or since June 13th or something like that.
Yeah.
They've 17-4 going into last night. Incredible. Okay, so just real quickly, Dallas, what does Bomel do today or this evening? Lucroy's batting 167 in 6 career at-bats against Lance McCullers. So does he bring in Fagley? Does he give Fagley a little run today?
I mean, honestly, it all depends. Who's going today? I haven't even.
You got McCullers v. Bassett.
Yeah, Bassett. And I believe, well, put it like this: Bassett and Fagley have worked together, obviously, in 3A. They're familiar with each other at the big league level, so it might be a point where you do see Fagley get the nod just because of the familiarity with Bassett back there, or Bassett on the mound. But I mean, shit, Bassett has thrown the ball well over his 3 starts here in the big league. So that's been a plus sign. But I know what you're getting at. Sure. His value, though, Pecan, for Lucroy, and I know what the defensive metrics say. They say he's a terrible.
No, I know.
Look, I've seen and I've bore witness to the impact, and I've listened to the pitchers talk to me about what Lucroy means to them. So I'm not worried about what your metrics say. I mean, they are what they are. Like, there's no denying them, okay?
No.
I'm not denying them. I'm just ignoring them because I'm listening to the guys on the mound, and those are the guys I care about. Those are the ones any team should care about. And if they're telling you I'm not worried about Lucroy throwing guys out, I'm not worried about Lucroy blocking balls and this and that and the other, I'm worried about the game he calls, and I'm worried because, for me, he does block the balls when I need him to be blocked, and he does throw out guys when I need him to be thrown out. If that's the mindset these pitchers have, then that's all you're worried about. Because if they're comfortable, that's what you need, is them to be comfortable.
Fucking A. All right, moving along here, and this one hurts Jay Hay, our resident fan of the Indians. All right, so Bauer's on the bump yesterday for the Tribe. 8 scoreless, 12 punchies, dealing. In comes Cody Allen to shut it down. Indians up 4-0. Things don't go well. Francona comes out of the dugout to make a little switcheroo.
Give me the lefty.
Because Joey Votto's at the plate with the bases juiced, right?
Yep.
Meant to say, well, I guess, what he said,
OP.
OP.
Oliver Perez. He was looking for Oliver Perez, OP, and instead he gets
Otero
OT,
comes in.
Dan Otero. And that's because they call Otero OT.
All right.
They call Oliver Perez OP. So you see the
Right.
video footage. Tito comes rolling out. Give me the lefty. Give me the lefty. Well, that doesn't happen. He gets Otero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay, had to be a tough scene to watch.
I mean, listen, we could spend an entire segment talking about Cleveland's bullpen and how they need better pitchers and Cody Allen.
Yeah, I'm going to hammer you that on the podcast later.
Yeah, that's fine. We can get to that later, and all the fans can listen to it tomorrow morning. What I'd like to spend this time discussing is, to me, this bears clear the idea that baseball nicknames are the fucking worst. They are, like, I've always thought this, and this is the perfect on-field manifestation of that problem. I love Tito. Love the guy. He is one of the few people in the game that I can say I sort of know personally and treated me really well. He is as big of a part of this problem as anybody I have ever met. His nicknames for people are just Y's at the end of your name. Or like, seriously,
that's
or as
that's how it goes.
I get
that's
it.
the baseball world. That's like,
I get it.
Pecan comes in and he is Pecan because that's the nickname he has. That's what he rolled in with. No need to switch it. Jay, you're Jay. Yaz is Yaz.
I would go so far as to say that Pecan wouldn't even get a nickname as good as Pecan. He'd get like Conzi.
No, there's no Z. There's no Z. It would just be Connie.
Yeah, Connie.
Yeah, Connie. Hey, Connie's here.
Patty. It's Patty or Connie. Like think about Alex Gordon. You want to know what his nickname is?
Gordy.
No, or Gordo.
There you go.
Either one.
OP
Bruce
and
Bochy-
OT. Like, that's, you just need to be clear. Oliver Perez has been in the game for fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a better nickname than OP?
Well, let me ask you this. By the way, Bruce Bochy used to call
Ollie?
Eduardo Nunez Noonie. Just a Noonie.
There you go.
Okay? That's it. But bottom line, can we, like, update the communication between the dugout and the bullpen in baseball? I mean,
What do you
I
want?
would think that better than, like, there ought to be better ways, like, hey, text who you need so you don't have this issue.
No, what text? Get out of here, Pecan, with that fucking text. What do you
Well,
want?
come on, dude. It cost the Tribe a game last
No,
night.
because what if Wi-Fi goes down in the stadium? Now you're fucked. Now you're fucked.
I like that.
And
That's
I'm
good.
like,
How
hey-
about smoke signals? How about doing fucking signs across your chest?
Well, see,
How about
that's-
going to the arm?
That's what happens. That's what happens in the minor leagues when you
Yeah.
don't have bullpen phones in low A and shit like that, or maybe sometimes you do. But you're like you're waving a hat, but you have signs for guys.
Yeah.
So you make gestures for guys. So OP, he would have been like, it would have looked like like the Village People doing their YMCA dance in the dugout. You got fucking, can you imagine Tito on the top step? Oh, P, get him ready. And now you got the guys out in the bullpen like questioning it. Hold on, all of them together. You want P? Or you want T? Like, who do you? Can you run that back? Do that again.
That would be awesome.
I think
guys
it's
remember-
a great idea.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Do
Hay.
you guys remember in 2011? This has gotten swept away because the Cardinals went on to win the World Series. But do you remember in 2011 where the Cardinals basically flubbed a World Series game because the stadium was too loud,
Too loud,
and
and they couldn't-
Derek Lilliquist couldn't hear
Wow.
Tony La Russa on the
That's
bullpen phone, or
right.
Dave Duncan
Yeah.
or whoever it was. Like
Yeah.
that was today. The Indian stuff is sort of comical because
Yeah.
it was July 10th, right?
Yeah.
But it does speak to the idea that like. Baseball is adorable in the way that it goes about some of its communication. I'm not saying I want it changed.
Right.
It's just like this has also happened at the highest stakes possible moment, and we're just like, it's baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's part of the game. It's part of the.
Yeah.
But seriously, what would be a better form of communication other than a telephone line? Like how else? Like walkie-talkies, because they have that. We have that in the minor
Yeah,
leagues.
sure.
You take a walkie-talkie down with you.
Fuck yeah.
I think just
yeah.
enunciation.
But walkie-talkies, now you're turning the pitching coach and the manager into the fucking pilot on your airplane.
Yeah.
So, this is Captain speaking, and we just want
Cabin is ready for takeoff.
Well, you can't understand anything. I feel like it's a trick
Yeah.
the pilots try to do. They get on there and are, all right, who can get through everything without anybody understanding one word?
Yeah.
Over to the right side, in the back and the front. Excellent. 3-wing signs and safety travels. What just fucking? What did he just say? I have no idea where the exits are. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know the best way to go about it, man. Maybe we could kick it around. If you have any suggestions, dialed in listeners, bang the number 833-85-STOOL, 833-857-8665. I love the idea of sign language. I'm a huge sign language guy. I might even do that as like a side gig. I'd love to be one of the sign language people up there, not calling to the bullpen, but maybe going to the concerts and repping the artists.
Sure.
You know how that's kind of the deal now?
Yeah.
Like Eddie Money or
Do you know
Drake or-
sign language?
No, but I'm thinking about going to junior college to fucking learn.
No, I would encourage you to further your education. I just didn't know if there was something I didn't know
No,
about you.
I know a couple of signs, but dude, I can tell you, I went to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk one time and saw Eddie Money perform, and he had a sign language someone on stage. She was a hefty woman, and when the song "Shakin'" came on, she grabbed her bosom and was shaking it. And I'm like, I could do that. I could, and the joy on her face was off the charts. That's maybe the best route. All right, 833-85-STOOL. Costanza, Spanish style. Clock in, split. Clock out, split. We'll talk about it, Spanish style. You're dialed in with DB Power 85.
Two and a half.
By the way, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
The getting onto the airplane and flight attendants and stuff. I was on my trip back from Chicago on our extended break. I was wondering to myself, is there any act as a flight attendant that would make you feel like more of a useless asshole than walking up and down the aisles at the end of the flight saying, "Hey, can you just move your seat up a quarter of an inch?" No, just a quarter of an inch, please. Yeah, no, you just push that button and move it up with your hand. Sir, I need you to move it up. And it's like, just fucking give up. Like, I saw this woman have to do that with 12 people on her walk down the thing, and it was like, you can't ask somebody to move anything quarter of an inch without sounding like an asshole.
It's so funny you say that, because on my flight home yesterday, this lady, or the flight attendant, did it to 3 guys that were sitting right next to me. 2 dudes, 2 homies were sitting next to each other, and then one guy behind them. And she manually pushed all of their chairs up, and 2 of the 3 actually flagged her back down and brought her over here and showed her that the seats were broken. So all of the time that shit happens. Seats are broken, and you just lean in them, and they don't know. So they're fighting a losing battle. There'll never, ever be a day where they get to walk up that aisle and not have to do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, does that make you an asshole if you lean your seat back?
I've debated that. I think it's situation dependent, I think.
Yeah, what
if
you
you have a
got to
kid
know is
behind you, I think you're in the clear.
Yeah,
I'm a short man, so like someone in front of me leans their chair back, it doesn't fuck me up like it would someone that's 6 foot or greater, you know?
As you get closer to the back of the airplane, you have to know that the seats in the space get smaller. So you just can't be relaxing like.
Hey, Pecan.
Yeah, Bubba.
We have 3 calls.
Okay.
Hit them.
I'll type them to you, but it starts with Sam in Minnesota on the bullpen.
Good. Let's hit that before we get to the Costanza Spanish thing.
Okay.
Come back.
All right. All right, we're talking bullpens. We're going to get to this story about a Spanish civic employee that was pulling the Costanza in a minute, but now we're talking Comunicado, baseball bullpens. And speaking of the bullpen, we will be at the bullpen Monday and Tuesday in Washington, D.C., doing our show. So come by, say hello, bust Dallas's balls, man. Give me a high five, whatever you want to fucking do. You know what I mean?
Come holla. Come holla. It's going to be great. I'll be wearing my bullpen T-shirt.
Well, I was thinking about that. I got a haircut last night, Dallas.
Oh.
Does that make me like a schoolboy to get a fresh cut before you go on a little roadie? Does that make me a nerd?
Not at all. I strongly believe these 3 things can change a man's life at any point in time they occur during the day. Okay. A haircut, a fresh pair of socks, and a nice shower. If you have any one of those 3, I mean, you could be having the worst day possible. And you slide on that fresh new pair of socks. Fresh, new, never been worn. You're fucking your money. You're walking on cloud 9. You get a haircut, right? You get your hair cut. Everything looks nice. You're feeling confident about yourself. You might have a shitty tan line somewhere around the neck area. But other than that, you move on. You keep it moving. Fresh shower. You're dusting off all those hair follicles. Your feet are nice and clean. Waiting for that fresh pair of socks. You can't go wrong any of those 3.
I love it. That is a lesson to live by, dude. I'm all in. All right, talking bullpens, we've got Sam in Minnesota. Sam, you're dialed in, buddy.
You guys should do what college football has, or they should have those signs and just have the personality of the guys, like their favorite stuff.
I love it.
Have their favorite food, their music, their favorite athlete, or just something random and stupid. In Dallas, I was listening to an old podcast. You're saying the Twins were going to win the division. Do you still have faith in the Twins, or is it time to cancel the season, even though they're in second place, only 8.5 games back, but still under 500?
Yes,
and not playing the best ball.
Well, let's start here, Sam. Appreciate the phone call, brother. You are spot on with the college football sideline signs. That would be a foolproof way. You have nailed it. You have solved it. You have brought to MLB what we have been missing. We fucking absolutely need that. Secondly, I don't know that the Twinkies, as you mentioned, they're sub 500, the run differential, yada yada yada. Look, the Cleveland Indians are they're the toast of that division at this point, and I don't see that changing. So as far as canceling the season, I don't know if it's a cancel. It might be a cancel, but it's yeah, I don't see it happening.
Target Field, baby. I've never been there. Dallas, you been to Target?
It's fucking gorgeous. Been to Target plenty of times.
Okay.
One of the best things you can do at Target is they have a nice overhang where people ask for balls out in right field. And I'll just say this: if you get the right fans looking for the ball, you can have some fun with them and just kind of toss that ball up. And as they're outstretched and looking for that ball, well, you got yourself a nice little scene, you know?
I'm reading you loud and clear. The poster board is up, and I'm reading it loud and clear.
Yes.
Eric in California, our home state. What's shaking, Eric? You're dialed in.
Hey, thank you so much for having me in, guys. Hey, I'm building on the same line. I was actually stealing the page out of college basketball. The big faces behind the hoop.
Yeah.
Just kind of run out there, have the manager go out, and have it be like one big-ass reveal.
Yeah.
Have you pull the sheet back, and there's a face there. And then the rally crew's out in center field and runs in with the guy. And we make these bullpen changes, the most exciting fucking 2 minutes in baseball.
God,
incredible.
From this fucking bullpen, actually, and make these guys like caged animals. Don't tell anybody who's warming up.
Yeah.
The manager just goes out with a sheet over a face and just yanks it off. And all of a sudden, everybody just erupts in one big
A plus, Eric. A plus.
E-money, that is fucking beautiful. I am all in on that because now, could you imagine Tito just waddling out like somewhere in between the baseline and the mound, and there's an easel set up, and they've got it covered with a sheet, and he just very dramatically like turns, and he sort of, he gets the crowd in right field up, like, come on, who do you got? He gets the crowd in left field up, like, who do you got? Who do you want? And then the big reveal, whoom, the sheet, the music drops, the bullpen door comes flying open. We're talking smoke and fireworks through the door. All you see is the silhouette, and then it's the fucking guy just busting ass down to the mound. God. Our listeners
John Rocker
fucking,
style, just charging out of the fucking bullpen.
Our listeners
you know what?
brilliant.
At the bullpen Monday and Tuesday, Dallas?
Yes.
When we need to communicate with whoever's engineering the house with the PAs and all that,
Yep.
maybe we got to incorporate some of these suggestions from the callers.
Yeah, we're going to have, that's what we're going to do. We're going to print out signs, and so instead of me just pointing, like, hey, I can't hear, or the headphones aren't working, I'm just going to hold up my face. Hey, I'm fucked over here. Come help. Hey.
Awesome. All right, Wyatt, you got a lot to live up to. Sam and Eric brought the thunder here. Wyatt, you're dialed in. What's cooking? Go ahead, Wyatt.
Wyatt, all you, buddy.
Oh, hey, man.
How you doing, Wyatt? What you got? We're ready for you. Wyatt here, Wyatt now, buddy.
Yeah, nice.
I'm doing good. I think I actually didn't call in for bullpen. I called to see who's going to win in the All-Star game.
Okay.
Who is going to win in the All-Star game? I think you can just go ahead and give this to the AL.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and give this to the AL. That's where the best players are. It's not. I'm not knocking the NL whatsoever, but the talent pool is heavily favored, in my opinion, and heavily skewed towards the American League side. Bit of advice, Wyatt. Pay the fuck attention when we're talking to you, man. We were trying to get you on the horn for 30 seconds there, buddy. No, but it's the AL. It's the AL.
Yeah, I would say the National League, at least the infield, the defense that the NL can throw out there, I mean, they're going to be like the Harlem Globetrotters with Crawford and Baez and all those guys.
We got Arenado, Crawford,
Woo!
Baez. Who's playing first? Old Jesus Aguilar.
Yep. This is not
Big Fred Freeman, dude.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman, but Aguilar as well. He's getting the nod.
Enough about fucking Aguilar. We get enough of that with Jared. Jesus, guys,
hold on.
Guys got 75 plate appearances this year.
How many?
I'm just kidding. It's more than that. But
well, our guy Thames went down, opened the door for big Jesus. I will say this though: the sporting. I know that your guy Ravi and the ESPN boys are going to officially announce the Derby tonight, and Jared's been advocating for Aguilar to get in the mix. Aguilar. But Sporting News has already released the NL Home Run Derby participants, and Aguilar's not in the mix. You got Baez and Schwarber from the Cubs, Bryce Harper, as we knew, and then Max Muncy. So, fuck, man.
That's the NL?
Yep.
That's what Sporting News has released. Yeah.
Come on, I'm down on the Baez in the Derby. I'm down on that.
Oh, see, I think Baez and Harper are the only interesting things about those four. Like, I don't need to.
What?
I'm just kind of
the guy who's got a fucking home run ball still sitting in a glass case on top of the scoreboard out in right field in Wrigley. That guy's not. He's not piquing your interest. You want to watch Javi Baez. Let me explain something.
275-pound Kyle Schwarber's not walking through that door.
Yeah, well, Javi Baez is not going to be tagging balls over the fence either. And I know.
No, but he could swing through his shoes, which would be kind of fun to see.
I'd like to see him swing out of his shoes too. That'd be even better.
Out of through, yeah.
If there are 8 Derby participants and you've already got your 4 National League, I'm assuming that there's going to be just 4 American League. Who you got? I'll start with Joe Ram. Who you got?
Ooh, Joe Ram. Who else? I mean, like, this is because it's so hard to even say because you don't know who would even want to do it. That's my thing.
We know that Judge and Stanton and Jumbo Dong, they're not in.
Right.
So who else would you have out there?
Yeah, like, dude.
You said Matt Olson the other day.
I did say Matt Olson, and you guys poo-poo that shit. But I mean, you take a look at some of those bombs he's dropped, man. You might start singing a different tune.
What about Evan Gaddis, dude? He'd be a fucking phenomenal participant.
Yeah, I mean, these are guys that you want to see. Like, I think about guys who hit just monster jacks, and that's what I would want to see. So, I mean, when you think about the AL, you're taking away J.D. Martinez, you're taking away Aaron Judge, you're taking away a lot of guys that do that kind of damage. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like you're just like Trout. What is Trout doing it for you?
No,
Crush Davis, Nelson Cruz. I mean, I don't know. Edwin Encarnacion.
So let's back up a second. Neither of you would be all that interested in seeing Mike Trout participate?
Oh, I'd love to, but I just don't believe it. Snowball's chance in hell.
Oh, it's not going to happen. But we kind of moved past him like he wasn't of interest, and I'd like to see him do it once.
Oh, for sure. But my whole point, I was just going back to like I am of the mindset that we just readily have accepted. There's guys who will never ever participate in the home run derby, and Mike Trout fits that bill for me. Like he's just not a guy who we'll ever see in the home run derby because of his swing and just like I don't know. I feel like he's just not like Barry Bonds. I felt like Barry almost owed baseball to participate in the derby. If you're healthy and you can swing a bat, get your ass up there. But
he was there at AT&T when Vladimir Guerrero won it in his own yard. He was standing like 15 feet away from the box.
Yeah,
and it must have drove Peter McGowan and Larry Baer insane. But Bonds had participated in derbies before.
Sure. But we just don't have those guys now who are like I want, and I think everybody does. I want the guy who's hitting 50 jacks a year to want to hit 50 jacks in one night for the fans. I want that, but I understand there's so many other things that go into guys going to the derby. Downtime, family time, time to rest. There's a lot, and what you have to understand as a fan, that person, the player, let's just say it's Aaron Judge, who's not going to defend his title. It's Aaron Judge evaluating where he's at health-wise and where he's at feeling-wise in his swing and, frankly, drive-wise. Do I want to go and do this? Because if not, I need the fans to know that I'm sacrificing rest and recovery time, I'm sacrificing family time, and I'm sacrificing a potential feel at the plate to give them one night's worth of drama and romance.
Totally.
And the fans going, you know how much I pay for a ticket to watch your ass play on a day in, day out basis? I absolutely want you showing up. You understand that that's why we get the right to vote for these players? Because we want to see you there, so fucking show up and let's do it. And that's why Bryce Harper will be in the All-Star game at his home park, and that's why he's going to be a part of the Derby, is because he is a guy, in my opinion, that if given the opportunity and the production gives him the All-Star nod, he would say, fuck yeah. And if he wins it, I see Bryce Harper trying to come back and defend it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I will say, though, the Derby is taxing. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that or support that. Aaron Judge's second-half numbers last year. Bobby Abreu, maybe one of the more famous instances where he was just drilling him in the Derby, and then just for the rest of his career, he was just kind of had a hitch in his swing. So I can see why guys like Manny Machado, why they wouldn't even entertain it. And if you're a season ticket holder in Baltimore and you got to watch that Drek, the last thing you need is Machado fucked up going forward. Well,
get over that. He's not going to be on your team after July. So
I know. I caught myself.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Hey, Dallas, on the other side, let's jump on the Costanza thing. And at some point this hour, before we get to Jared, the Grip It and Rip It segment, Kevin Durant back to squabbling with people on social media, this time teenagers, dude. And LeBron rapping and dancing in the gym shirtless.
Love it. Love it.
I do too. It beats the NFL off season for sure. All right, you're dialed in with DB Power 85.
And live right here, Pecan.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Hey, so I don't have the link on the what you're just talking about. Oh, Kevin Durant, here it is. I just found all that.
Did you find it in your email?
Nobody navigates through email and text with quite the deftness of you, DB.
We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
No doubt. Dallas's was being a world-class athlete.
Hold on. I don't have any reads.
Oh, shit. That's my fault. Sorry. Hold on. We can get into my strengths and weaknesses next.
Boy, the timing on that couldn't have been any better.
He'll get back to badgering me just as soon as he does his fucking job.
Incredible. That was awesome. That was awesome.
You motherfucker. I hope you get bit by something rabid today, too.
That was awesome.
So good.
Woo. All right.
All right, you should have it.
All right. There we go. All right.
So what were we talking about?
Yeah, talking about how I'm a dumbass and can't read, or don't choose not to read emails.
I choose not to read.
No, that's the thing is, like I read them every day. But you know what happens to me is I get nervous looking through my emails, and I feel like if I click on another one, I'm going to open it up and lose the one I was just looking at, and I'm like, fuck, I can't do that because then I'm going to be scrambling looking for shit. Like I get very nervous.
That's funny.
30.
All right, 30. Let's do it.
England still up 1-0, 43.
Beautiful.
43rd minute.
Beautiful.
You got a minute and a half.
Come back.
I fucking love KD.
I know, he's so funny. Go sweep your dorm room.
The beauty of off-air discussions of strengths and weaknesses, huh? I'm going to try and make live reads my strength here. All right. When was the last time you replaced your toothbrush? Do you always brush twice a day for a full 2 minutes? Paying attention to these good habits has a massive impact on your health. Introducing Quip, spelled Q-U-I-P, the new electric toothbrush that helps to fix the brushing habits that most people get wrong. Quip does this with a lightweight and sleek design, simple time vibrations and guiding pulses to give you a perfect 2-minute clean. Bulkier electric brushes have those awkward charging stands, modes you don't need and cost 5 times as much. Quip starts at just $25, and you can get brush head refills automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended 3-month schedule for only $5, and shipping's free. Quip has been featured in GQ, Oprah's O List, and Time Magazine named it one of the best inventions of the year. Go to quip.com/Dallas right now and get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/Dallas, spelled GETQUIP.com/Dallas. And we've already talked about how easy it is to spell Dallas. Okay, this story that Jay Hayes sent I thought was hilarious because you got a Spanish civil servant. Now, if you know anything about Spanish culture, they're not known for their work ethic. They're all about, like, fiestas and siestas and all that shit, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But this guy took it to a new level. I immediately thought of two people. Costanza, right? How he would kind of deke working for Steinbrenner
and Milton
on Seinfeld. And then I thought of KFC, who's always had the mantra, snake it till you make it. So this civil servant, for more than a decade, has been skipping work by clocking in, splitting, coming back at the end of the day, and clocking out. Fucking genius, dude.
It is a genius move. This is, if nobody's going to be there to police you, look, He's clearly doing a bang-up job. Not one complaint over a decade, right? And this is just a matter of his coworkers catching on to him. That's all this is. So really, let's go back to the track record of this guy being able to, I guess, produce. If you're not getting any complaints, maybe that's just me. That's the world I came from, right? If I wasn't getting my ass whipped, I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. All right, I got it. Fair enough. I don't need to be stroked, but I don't need the ass whooping either. So if I'm not catching one of those, I must be doing something right. So same thing for our boy here. He's like, yo, what's the big deal? I show up every time, on time, each morning, clock in, and I take it to the streets. I'm a man of the people. He even goes on to say, I'm doing slave work out here.
Incredible, dude. When he dropped that bomb, I just about spit out my Diet Coke.
I couldn't believe, because now I've got to know what you're doing out in the world that you consider to be, like, this is yeoman's work. Like, he's talking about, I'm doing shit for people that I'm never going to get any love for. Like, he has likened himself to being a member of the CIA who has died in battle and doesn't get a funeral or any kind of recognition, just a little gold star up on the wall out there in Quantico or wherever the fuck that goes down at. Like, you're not that cool. I can't believe you're that cool, but I do want to know what you're doing, because if you're helping, look, for you to be able to not show up to your job and not have anybody complain about you, you're doing something right, and I need to know what the fuck that is.
Well,
Dallas, if you're
like
never there, nobody noticed. I'm sorry, go ahead, Yaz.
I said he was working like a slave. The best part is that he says, so that others get the fruit of my labor.
Exactly. Like, this guy needs to be heralded. He needs to be applauded. This guy needs a Spanish civil servant Medal of Honor.
Right.
Like, this guy, come on. He has, you know what he said? He has flown in the face of those mid-afternoon siestas, right? For the folks who don't understand, yes, over in Spain, it gets hot. Yeah. They're not into working during those peak hours of the heat. So you go home, shut it down, grab yourself a nice little meal, take a nap for an hour or two, maybe three, and then you turn it back on for a couple hours in the end of the evening, and your day is done. Well, he has said, no, I don't have time for the siesta. I need to hit the bricks immediately. So I need to show up. Guys, I can't be here. He's taking the Joe Madden approach. Joe Madden has said this. I'm not going to show up at the ballpark at 10:30 a.m. to put on my uniform so you think I'm married to the fucking game. All right? That's just not what I'm going to do. Probably going to go get a workout in. I might spend some time with my family, maybe read a book, go to the beach with my dog, show up around noon, maybe 2, because guess what? I'm still 5 hours away from my baseball game. So Joe Madden has taken this approach. And this guy right here, clearly a Madden guy, big Cubs fan, and he's saying, you know what? I'm following in the skipper's steps. That's what I'm doing. And he's nailed it.
If you're never at work, you can't be missed, Dallas. Right?
If you're never
Nobody notices your absence.
If you're never at work, you can't be wrong. You can't be fucking up at work. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That clean track record. Where has this guy gone wrong? Aside from maybe not showing up, all right, and cashing the checks, where has he really gone wrong? Like, he's not on HR's radar, is he? He's not pissing anybody off, right? Molly in accounting, she's totally happy with him. Not a problem with this guy. So I don't see the big deal.
And obviously the jokes write themselves in terms of civil servant and really not having a lot to do. So we'll leave it like that, because one day one of us might be in that position. So I'll pull the fucking Costanza in a heartbeat. All right, we got one last segment before we get into our Grip It and Rip It. Hour number 1 dialed in with DB. Okay, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, man, whose social media game is more on point or shittier? 833-85-STOOL will explain next. You're dialed in on Power 85. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. How about the name? This the way this kid spells his name, Caleb, K-L-A-L-Y-B, Caleb.
Get out of here.
K-A-Y.
No, K-A-L-Y-B, Caleb Champions. It's an incredible name. It's even a more incredible way to spell it.
What the hell are you talking about?
The Kevin Durant thing.
Oh, I was like, the dude's name. See, shit.
Yeah, he's like a little kid. He's up in the Bay. He's in the Northern California, too.
See, I just did it. I clicked on that link, and now I don't know where. Oh, I got 40 of these fucking things up right now. Hold on, there it is. Ah, there it is. Yeah, where'd you see his name at? K-A...
1 minute.
Little shit. I don't even know if, I mean, like, does this make Durant look like a, just a mental midget? I think that's what Reegs described it at. I'm not sure. He's just fucking around. He's just having fun. Probably made this kid's fucking day today or yesterday.
Yeah.
And the kid came back on him hard, dude.
See, like how I want to read the rest of this exchange, all those texts, but
it gets kind of convoluted. But
20.
All right. All right, a couple of NBA superstars. Probably the two best. No, not probably. The two best players in the game. LeBron and KD were up at it again over the last 24 hours. LeBron dancing and rapping shirtless in a gym, wearing spandex full-length trousers, Dallas. It's like we've seen this before, so it's insane. If you were at the gym, Dallas, and somebody was dancing around rapping audibly loud, shirtless, you'd probably go up and have a word with them, would you not?
Yeah, you're probably going to ask them if they can just tone that down a little. But are you under the impression that LeBron's working out with other human beings?
No, just him and his lackeys. And by the way, if LeBron was in my gym and dancing and rapping shirtless with spandex full-length trousers on, I'm not going up and talking to him because he could smack the shit out of me and send me into tomorrow in a heartbeat.
Well,
so.
yeah, but I mean, gym etiquette tells you to either put the headphones on.
Right.
Or quit. Like you can't sing too. You just
no. And you fucking better wear a shirt in the gym. I'm a firm believer. Don't be leaving your snail trail on my workout bench. All right?
Gross.
No, yeah, that's why you got to get a towel. You towel it down. Yeah, you got to put a shirt on though.
Yeah, please. All right, so that's one guy, LeBron, and then Kevin Durant. The Slim Reaper is back. All right, so there is a kid. This is a teenager in Northern California who runs an account called Bucket Center, and his name is Caleb Champion, and the way he spells his name is off the charts bizarre, and I love it. Caleb, K-A-L-Y-B Champion.
Nope. Psycho. Serial killer. Serial killer.
He describes himself, he styles himself as bold and controversial. He's a teenage basketball analyst, and he threw up a post that had a picture in thirds. KD, you got Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard, and the caption reads, 3 elite, two-way players, but don't elevate a team quite like LeBron and Steph do due to their playmaking leadership deficiencies. Well, thoughts agree or disagree, right? So he's trying to engage. Well, Kevin Durant comes right at him. Bruh, go sweep your dorm room. You don't know hoops. Stop tagging me in this trash. So the kid comes back at him and fucking fires off shit. Then he reveals he screenshot some DMs of Kevin Durant coming in saying middle school knockoff Stephen A. So Durant's been coming at this guy for a while. And the kid, this teenager, Dallas, responds, you know it's true. That's why your insecure ass responded to me. Why don't you actually prove you can lead a team to a championship, not even in the same galaxy as LeBron? So who do you got in this fight, KD, the Slim Reaper, or Caleb Champion?
I mean, this is the lose-lose situation you find yourself in if you're an athlete, especially if you're KD. You're going to go responding to this stuff, and you have to know that that's been the knock on you, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you're going to have a knock, that's been the knock on him is that he's sensitive or that, I mean, because you got the burner account or whatever, and you're doing what you're doing. Like that's just not a good look as far as mental strength goes. Somebody who is mentally strong doesn't doesn't seem like they would be interacting in these sorts of spats in the fashion that they've done. And I don't mean mentally strong people don't react on Twitter. Absolutely they do. That's what Twitter is for. It's for the engagement.
Because you'll mix it up, Dallas. You're good for a mix-up every once in a while.
Absolutely, yeah. I was tripping with this guy last night. But but yeah, you just it's not a good look for KD to continue to do this shit because it does just continue to show that he likes to indulge in this kind of shit. But you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Because why shouldn't he be able to do that? Why shouldn't he be able to defend himself? Why should he have to just chew on it? If he doesn't want to, if he's having a glass of wine at home and he sees this shit come across his tablet or his phone and he's like, no, fuck that. I'm all for it.
He made this kid's day. I guarantee you that kid was smiling ear to ear yesterday.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt. Yes.
And fuck it, man. And like he told the kid, it's just basketball. So, as long as you don't lose your shit, you're good to go. All right. Fun first hour. Let's slide into the DMs of second hour here with Jared Carabas. I'm thinking that the wiffle ball thing has already happened or it's about to. We'll find out next with Jared. You're dialed in on Power 85.
All right, guys, tune up.
You see the flyover from England?
Yeah, you mean the one that said it's coming home, right?
Yeah.
Ravel said that was fake.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it looked cool as hell, didn't it?
Oh, I hear Jared.
So do I.
Jared, did you already compete?
Well, he didn't light himself on fire, so that's good.
Do we have a champion amongst us?
Well, you're gonna have to tune in and find out.
Okay. By the way, Jared, no, I'm not. I don't watch stool scenes all that often, but Tex went from 0 to 100 miles an hour yesterday.
Yeah, I mean that's what Tex does. He's. I mean, I already defeated Tex in the car on the way there. I psyched him out in the car, so he'd already lost before he even got to the field.
It was very entertaining, dude. And your spin zone of that you want to play the Yankees in a 7 game, because that's the legitimate way. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, that's just a fact. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So bring them on for side. I'd rather beat them 4 times than 3.
Yep. All right.
All right, come back 20.
Easily the best grip it and rip it segment we've had this week. And Jared, it is all because of you.
I'm the Dark Knight of baseball reporting.
Jared Carabas, he's next right here. Yeah, it's time for Grip It and Rip It, brought to you by Dish. Switch to Dish to get the same bill every month with a 2-year price guarantee. Dish, tuned into you. To learn more and sign up today, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com. Jared, the National League Home Run Derby participants have already been selected. Now we're just waiting on the American League. Should the Saugus Rocket compete Monday night in the Navy shipyards of the district?
I mean, if they need the Rocket, which, we're obviously dealing with ratings here. You want people to tune in. I mean, obviously people will be tuning into the Barstool Sports Home Run Derby, which I think is coming out a week from tomorrow. So we got to wait. I mean, the Rocket fans out there are just waiting for the results of the Home Run Derby.
I can all but guarantee a spoiler.
What's up?
I said I can all but guarantee a spoiler.
I mean, the spoiler alert: the Rocket put on a show. The Rocket put on a show. So tune in to that.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, I think
you know what
Yaz
the best
nailed
thing about that home run derby though is there were so many cameras there
Yeah.
that I am going to put together the ultimate highlight reel to then tweet of just my swing. It's just perfect. And the thing about the Rockets swing is that he grew up watching Manny Ramirez. So it's almost like, wow, we go back in time to watch Manny Ramirez in his prime. That's basically what you got in that home run derby, and I can't wait to slow it down and create a slow motion GIF, side, front, back, top. There was a drone there. There's gonna be all sorts of angles of the Rocket just hitting piss missiles.
Yeah, if you you didn't win this, then I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. But it was revealed that Hank apparently is a wiffle ball connoisseur. And there were some thoughts that he very well could be a dark horse. How did Hank perform?
He's actually a wiffle ball champion. He's a wiffle ball champion, and there was a lot of North Shore, South Shore thing going on between myself and Hank. He's from Scituate, obviously. The Rockets from Saugus, and there was a big rivalry within the home run derby between the South Shore Scrub and the Saugus Rocket.
Okay. And Big Cat, he's the defending champion of the Barstool Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby, no?
That's correct. Yeah, 5 years ago, we do the home run derby every 5 years. Big Cat, the defending champion from 2013 in a home run derby that David Ortiz participated in.
I saw it. I watched
every
it. It was
5
incredible.
years. What? Who the fuck?
I know.
What?
Every 5 years, Dallas.
Well, the Olympics is every 4, Dallas.
That makes I guess yeah.
It's like the World Cup and the Olympics, but just one extra year.
Yeah, it makes that makes the most sense.
All right. Well, just real quickly, Jared, we got in the National League going to be swinging for the fences. We got Bryce Harper, obviously, as the headliner, Max Muncy, and then 2 Cubs, Schwarber and Baez. You got any beef with those National League participants Monday night?
No, not really. I mean, I wish, if you're going to. Here's the thing. I like that Schwarber and Baez are both in it because I think that it's going to be really fun to watch them try to hit home runs. But I would have liked a little more variety team-wise. But still, I have no gripes about Schwarber and Baez as home run hitters being in the home run derby.
Nothing.
All right,
So you're okay. You're okay with because I've got an issue with Javi Baez being in the home run derby. Like, come on.
He's an electric factory. What's the issue?
I want to see towering home runs. Like, I don't want to see.
You don't think he can hit towering home runs?
I don't.
So I would say if you want Max Muncy in there, fine. I would have preferred to have seen Jesus Aguilar in there because even if he doesn't win the final vote, which I think he will, then at least he can do that. Like, yeah, I could. That's the whole point about variety. But I mean, Schwarber is going to hit bombs. Javi Baez, I think.
Who do you want to see? Let me ask you this, Jared.
Those guys where it's like, oh yeah, you don't look at him as a home run hitter, but is he going to be fun to watch? Yeah.
Who do you want to see? Who would you rather, if you were going to watch a reel of home runs, would you rather watch Paul Goldschmidt's reel or Javi Baez's reel?
Javi Baez.
You're fucking insane. You're ludicrous.
No, I think the way that, and
No.
I tweeted about this.
The answer is Paul Goldschmidt.
When he hit that
That's
home run
the
at
answer.
Dodger, I think it was
Ian
Dodger
Desmond.
Stadium.
Give me Ian Desmond.
No way. Desmond over Baez?
Raw power. Give it to me.
I would have Nolan Arenado,
Yes.
Jesus Aguilar, Bryce Harper, and I would have Schwarber because I want to see long home runs.
No, what about our boy Soto? Jorge Soto. Why not?
Yeah, I would love to
not
see
bad.
him in there too. I mean, but like,
not
does
bad.
he have more home runs than Bryce Harper?
Who cares? No, look, see, this is you don't get to do that. You don't even at any point in time
Yes, I
get
do.
to bring numbers up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like,
I
not
just did
you, not anybody. If we're talking about what you
I
want to
just did
see, I don't give a shit about how many home runs you've hit. You don't get to
Are you
talk
trying
about
to tell
any
me
of that.
Bryce Harper is not that's not a swing? That's not a guy that hits long home runs. You don't want to see Bryce Harper hit home runs. You're not into that.
I believe I've actually been very vocal about quite the contrary to that thought right there. I have.
Okay, so then what's the issue?
My issue is you citing the number of home runs somebody has hit in an effort to get them into the home run derby. Nobody gives a shit Nobody cares. I don't care how many home runs.
That is a wild take. You want to tell me that no one cares about the best home run hitters in the game? You want a fucking like a backup catcher in the home run derby just because he hits long home runs in batting practice? It's a combination of the two. If you're a home run hitter that year, then yeah, you get a look. And if you're, I think that the flashiness of it plays into it. The guys that hit the longest home runs, yeah, that's definitely a factor.
What about Carlos Santana? You don't want to see him?
No.
No? Why not? He hit some pretty prodigious blasts. He hit some big bombs. He's got 14.
How many does he have this year?
14.
14. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me.
Doesn't do it for you. Yeah, it just and Baez is 3 more. Does man? Imagine that. Just 3 more home runs, and Carlos Santana, the power hitting first baseman DH, is on your radar. Just 3 more, and he's on your radar. But Javi Baez in the World Baseball Classic tag at second base and the acknowledgement to Yachty before it happens, that's what's landed him in the home run derby. You can say what you want. I understand.
Javi Baez is like 6 home runs shy of the National League.
No, Jared, let's all boil it down. He has 3 more than the guy I just mentioned. And that is the big separating factor. 3 more.
He's not even in the top. He's not even close. He's not even close.
Who's not even close?
And Kyle Schwarber also has the same amount as Javi Baez. So if you're going to say, oh, I don't want Javi Baez, then you also have to say you don't want Schwarber either.
No, I said I do want Schwarber for this reason. Schwarber's got a ball.
They have the same exact number of home runs.
I don't care. Remember, I'm the guy who didn't care about the number. So Schwarber has the ball sitting on top of the right field scoreboard. Right? That guy, that's a fucking tank. That's a bomb. I want to see that coming off of his bat, and I know it can happen.
Javi Baez also hits bombs. What are we talking about here?
Nope, that I don't want to see Javi Baez in the home run derby.
Yes, he does.
Nope.
I literally compared his follow-through and his flair, his swag. It's like very Manny Ramirez-esque, like the Rocket.
Yep,
it's because Manny coached him.
But those are 2 totally different players. Yeah, I'm down on the buy. I love Javi as a player. Love Javi as a player. Don't love him in the derby.
Let's do a snake draft for the American League. All right? So we know that Aaron Judge and Jumbo Dong and Mike Trout and Stanton are not going to participate. So we got the rest of the American League to choose from. I'll start Evan Gaddis. Dallas, you're next.
Nelson Cruz.
Jared?
Fuck. I was going to say Nelson Cruz. Joey Gallo.
All right. I thought you'd go Benny Buttcheeks.
No.
Why not Benintendi?
I don't know. He's not really a home run hitter. He's a doubles hitter.
But doesn't he hit
over
big blast?
600.
Doesn't he hit big blast, Jared?
No, he's an extra base hits guy. He hits a few home runs. He hits a few doubles, and he's pretty even. You would never describe Benintendi as a home run guy.
Well, he's only got three home runs less than the guy you've got in the derby, so that's kind of crazy.
But is it?
That's just amazing to me that 3 home runs separates a fucking home run hitter and a doubles guy. That's fucking brilliant. That's Carabolus math 101 for you right there. Hold on, you got how many more? Nope, home run hitter. Home run hitter. Benny, sorry, bud, you're just a doubles guy.
No one would describe Andrew Benintendi as a home run hitter.
I'm not asking. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just pointing out facts that you've allowed 3 home runs to be a separating factor between a guy you will call a home run hitter,
it's not
a guy you will have. You're right. I told you.
It's not about the total.
Right. But you right now have pointed out that it is. It is about the total. You've got a guy with 17, and you're calling him a home run hitter. You're calling him a home run hitter.
It's
Bitty
not
Bice.
the end all be all.
You know what? I can't fucking wait right now. Hold on, Jared. Let's have this right now. All right. You have to suck my left pinky toe if Benintendi ends up with more jacks than Javi Baez. Because Javi Baez is a home run hitter. Javi Baez is a fucking home run derby contestant. And Andrew Benintendi has no business whatsoever being in the home run derby. So if Benintendi hits more jacks than fucking Baez, you're sucking my fucking pinky toe, pal. Is that fair? How's that fair? Because that's putting your money where your mouth is, because there's no way in hell we could ever have a guy who's a home run hitter not hit more home runs than a guy who's not a home run hitter. That would never happen, because that means the guy who's not a home run hitter is now all of a sudden a home run hitter. Nope.
No, that's not true. You can have a guy not be a home run hitter who hits some home runs.
No, but not more. I mean, not more than a home run hitter. That would never happen.
I never really called Javi Baez a home run hitter either. I just said Javi Baez is watching him take batting practice is probably far more entertaining from a home run perspective than Andrew Benintendi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Jay, hey, you got the 4th selection in our snake draft. I got Gaddis. Dallas has Cruz. Jared has Gallo. Who have you got, Jay Hay?
Ichiro?
Yes.
Why not? Fuck yeah, great call. A little fucking, why not? A little wild card action? Come on, let's do it.
I mean, I think we can all agree that Ichiro is a pure home run hitter, and finally getting him in the Derby would be, I think, what America deserves.
Just justice.
What about Eddie Rosario?
Yeah, sure. That's not bad.
He's got 18 homers. He's more of a pure power hitter than Javi Baez. I need to see Eddie Rosario in the home run derby. Got to have him. Got to have him. I got to have him there. I don't know why we don't have Eddie Rosario. Why is he not the first fucking pick? I fucked up. I want to trade my pick in. I'm sorry. I don't want Nelson Cruz. I want Eddie Rosario, home run hitter. Give me that guy.
Dallas, the versatility is amazing. You went from Matt Olson to Nelson Cruz to Eddie Rosario.
Yeah, well, Matt Olson's got 2 more home runs than Javi Baez, the extreme power hitter for the Chicago Cubs. So Matt Olson has, I mean, that guy should be, we should have just given him the trophy. But I didn't want to do that, so I went Nelson Cruz, a guy who's got, I mean, I can't even do that math. How many more home runs? He's in a world all by himself up there with 22. Yeah, I couldn't,
All right. It'll be fun, and they'll make the final announcements tonight, Carl Ravitch and the boys on ESPN. Okay, the Philadelphia Phillies, they beat the Mets yesterday. The Braves fall to the Jays. The Phillies are alone in first place. Aaron Nola, bona fide ace, maybe should start the game Tuesday night. Phillies, are they going to ride this thing out, or are we going to see it kind of accordion over the course of the next 2.5, 3 months? What do you think, Jared?
I don't think that they're going to win this division, but Nola has been a lot of fun to watch. Last 4 starts, he's got a 1.30 ERA. Opponents hitting $1.75 against him. I've even seen some people saying that he should start the National League or start the All-Star game for the National League. I disagree, but he's definitely entered the Cy Young conversation. That's for damn sure. ERA
who would you rather see start over Nola? Scherzer in his home yard, or who you got? Lester?
It has to be Scherzer.
Yeah.
I mean, Scherzer is definitely the first half Cy Young Award winner if we were going to pick one.
Yep.
He's been dominant again. The innings, the strikeouts, the whole package. Scherzer should 1,000% start, and it has nothing to do with the All-Star game being in D.C.
Okay.
But Nola has absolutely entered the conversation at the very least for National League Cy Young Award at this point. But I just think that I still think I'm going to hold on to this take. I still think the Nationals are going to win this division. I don't know how they're going to do it. But I still think that, you look at the Braves, you look at the Phillies, and that second half slide, it happens for these young teams that just, obviously the Braves have played really well this year, but no one expected them to play as well as they have. And maybe we start to see that in the second half. The inexperience, you have guys in their first full big league seasons. So I think that's where the Nationals have an advantage. And for as poorly, not poorly, but for as falling short of expectations in the first half for the Nationals, they still haven't let it slip away. They haven't let the division get away from them. They're still in the hunt. They're barely over 500, but I can still see the Nationals winning the NL East.
You know what, Carabas? Make some room. Make some room. I'm jumping on with you. I'm not jumping on with you. I'm staying on with you. I'm staying on with you because we both picked the Nats to win the East. And I think, look, man, they've gone through an entire half season without Bryce Harper, in my opinion. Like you've gotten what you've gotten from him, but he just hasn't. And without Daniel Murphy, without Adam Eaton, okay, and you're getting these guys back, you're getting them going. That's 3 guys right there in Harper, Eaton, and Murphy. That's a third of your lineup that, if healthy and producing, are some of the best guys in the league. Eaton at the top of the lineup. Murphy and his ability to spray the ball and do damage. Runners in scoring position. Just a very difficult out. And Bryce Harper, obviously, the ever-present power threat. So you give the Nats, those 3 guys, a healthy month and a half. I think post All-Star break, things look a little different. July, maybe end of August, beginning of September, things look a little different for the Nats.
They said last week that Scherzer had a closed-door players-only meeting, and that sounded so unorthodox to me, Dallas, that a pitcher would lead that kind of scene. as a he doesn't. He's not out there every day. Wouldn't you think Bryce Harper, the face of the fucking franchise, would be the guy to handle those responsibilities?
No, because Bryce is not in a position to yet in that clubhouse. And what I mean by that is he's had enough of the run-ins with the attitude and enough of the run-ins with other players, and he hasn't had enough time where none of those issues have come up, as well as him being a continued producer where he can snatch somebody up by the back of their neck, so to speak, and have that conversation with them. Max Scherzer, you have the performance, you have the trophy case, you have the contract that he has, in my opinion, probably outperformed, which is ridiculous to think about. So when you pair all of that together with the attitude and the desire to be the very best, there's nobody else in that clubhouse that carries the clout to have that meeting. Maybe a Ryan Zimmerman, but he's not that guy. So if you're looking for someone to get everybody's attention and bark and snarl in their face and tell them to pick it the fuck up, realistically, who else could do it in that clubhouse?
Yeah. Fair point. Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman always injured, man. It's just almost impossible to.
It sucks, man, because he's so. We're talking about. He's a guy who I thought. Did he win the Comeback Player of the Year last year, Jared? Do you know? Because I know he was a guy that was on our radar. He was on my radar anyway for NL Comeback Player of the Year.
I was distracted because I have some. It's not breaking news, but maybe something that might be of interest to Dallas Braden. This story was just sent to me from ESPN.com. And there's like a little paragraph here, athletics staying light on their feet.
Yep.
And then I scroll down to the couple last paragraphs here, and it says, in the meantime, the A's are making do with Edwin Jackson, Brett Anderson, and Trevor Cahill as surprise additions to their rotation. Bob Melvin is suddenly emerging in the rearview mirror as prime AL Manager of the Year competition for Seattle newcomers. You have Aaron Boone and Alex Cora. Quote, they should bring back Dallas Braden and get the band back together, said one evaluator, laughing.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, see, they've caught wind of my performances out here at the Simi Valley softball fields, and you can't have everything you want. They don't need me. They don't need me. They got a couple young guys that are slowly ironing things out. They're going to be just fine, Jared. But AL Manager of the Year.
How quickly would you strap the cleats on and pull your baseball pants up if the A's came calling?
Oh shit!
What do you mean? Yeah, if you're going to call me and you want me to run out there, I'm your fucking guy. I'm your guy, no doubt. Will I be able to survive?
You want to go back, like you get the wing. It's a damaged shoulder. You go back out there if they calling. You go back out there at like what, 65%?
65, 70%? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I'm staring you down with 82, telling you, let's fucking go. Because I'm going to put it where I want, or I hope I can at least. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But again, 82, that ain't scaring fucking nobody, pal. 92 ain't scaring nobody these days. So, yeah. Whether or not I would be successful, Jared, I think we probably know the answer to that. But the desire, still there.
13th starting pitcher the A's would use this year.
Against Dave Portnoy, but
What's that?
Yeah. People forget that you were successful against Dave Portnoy, but that video never saw the light of day.
That didn't. And you, Jared, you were present for that. You were the man in the squat, so you had a great view. You had a great view of how that unfolded. People also forget that.
Yeah, it was a tough day behind the plate for your boy because they went out and they were like, hey, we're going to do a pitching challenge, Dallas Braden versus Dave Portnoy. Jared, you're going to catch, and we just bought you this brand new, not broken in catcher's mitt, and we forgot to buy a cup. Good luck.
It was great. The glove was popping, ball was popping out, but the glove was popping. Jared did a great job because he had Zaw behind the plate, so he had to do his level best to make sure that Zaw got a nice, good look at the strike zone because the strike zone is bigger than Zaw. So we had to make sure that he had a good scene. Jared did a great job.
Were you wearing a chest protector, Jared?
I think so. I want to say I had something shoved down my pants. There was some sort of makeshift protection that we were going with.
Yeah, he wore a mask too. I mean, let's be real. Dave didn't make contact, so it's fine.
Jared, you ought to wear that to the bullpen on Monday and Tuesday. Is the catcher's gear?
Yeah, I need the gear. That's one of those things I feel like you have to buy online somewhere. I don't think you can just go to like a sporting goods store and
Yeah, you can.
What are you talking about, guy? You need to go.
Fucking Dick's all day, dude.
Right, walk into a Dick's,
They
walk
have
into
umpire's gear there?
Yes, walk into a Play It Again Sports. They got absolutely, no doubt.
Come on.
All right, then I guess I'm gonna have to suit up.
Yeah, yeah. We got to collaborate, Jared. We got to collaborate because we're gonna have 2 days together bullshitting on radio. We got to figure something out.
That'll be fucking awesome. All right, real quickly here, we got 3 topics to buzz through. Manny Machado went big fly twice yesterday, getting the Yankees, and so I was just looking at the splits for the Yankees this year, and they're 500 or better against every team they faced, save for 2 of them, the mighty Yankees. They're under 500 against the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. Explain that one for me, Jared.
They're just not that good. At the end of the day, not that good. You have Manny Machado, who goes out there, hits not 1 but 2 game-tying home runs, and then they have the walk-off loss. And the good thing, if you're a Yankee fan, there is some positive news. You got Sonny Gray on the hill tonight, absolute stopper. This guy is going to make sure that the Yankees do not lose 3 out of 4 to the worst team in baseball again this year.
Yeah, it's why can the Yankees not? What is it? What is it though? What is it about their inability to play in these games, or is it a matter of playing down to the competition?
They're just not that good, Dallas.
Are they
They're
playing
just
down?
Not that good.
Because I'm watching Hubs just lose more follicles than any man needs to over Sonny Gray.
Pray for Hub's hairline.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny Gray's his road ERA is well under his home. He's around 4 on the road as opposed to over 8 at Yankee Stadium. So he may get done at Camden. And by the way, I'm just thinking about that Oriole lineup. They ought to be better than the piss-poor record they have because they got some decent guys there with Machado and Scope and all those guys. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. I mean, they look awesome against the Yankees. I feel like it's not really a Baltimore problem at all. I think that maybe this is the turning point. This could be the turning point for these O's to rally and get right back in this thing.
All right. Moving right along here. I love this story. The Tampa Bay Rays have unveiled renderings of their new ballpark. They're trying to get a $90 million barn. I guess it would be $900 million out in Ybor City. I love renderings. They always fire me up, man. So I guess the question is, where are they going to get this cheddar to build a $900 million barn in Ybor City? What do you think, Dallas?
I don't know where they're getting the money. One thing I want to discuss is the translucent roof that they're talking about.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have a clear understanding of the effect of a translucent roof, but the first thing that came to my mind was
fucking Epcot.
Well, it looks like a magnifying glass kind of, and I'm thinking Florida heat, clear roof, the sun. Like, are you just going to be baking people in this place left and right? Are the fans going to be ants under a magnifying glass? Like, what's happening? I don't understand.
Dickie V's going to get fried. Fucking knobs from the Nasty Boys, their celebrity fan base. I thought that the renderings were tremendous, dude. I'd like to see, Ybor City's a killer place. Baseball is putting their yards in place in areas where you can get the pre and post party on.
Yes.
No better place in Tampa than Ybor City.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. You got to create the ballpark village atmosphere. Look, Fenway knocked it out of the park. Wrigley has done the same. You have to create that village sort of scenario where you walk into this area and it's all baseball, it's all fiesta, and that's what Tampa's trying to do. Obviously, make a shift from the fact that the folks in St. Pete are showing up, to 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. So they got to switch something up.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I've always thought of Tampa as a very good sports town. I'd like to see them get this done. All right, Corey Kluber, the Klubot, went on the.
Croatia
what do we got?
Has tied the game 1-1 in the 68th minute.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yep.
Who's got to suck whose toes?
Yep.
Ew.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Well, no.
No
Jared's
toes.
still sucking my
Sorry,
toes.
I just got caught up in all that.
And apparently Pecan's not making rent next month. What a lovely
shit.
header across from the top, in right off the skull.
Oh, it was.
Oh no, it was a. It was a little,
like a nice little kick.
Yeah, a nice little. It's not a bicycle kick, like a jump kick, like a hiya.
Nothing says we know soccer like describing it as a nice little kick.
Yeah,
Well, no, if you look at it, he's jumping in the air and
Yeah,
the
he's-
ball hits his
Yeah,
leg.
he's airborne and he jump kicks it. Boom.
You know what? You're not even
Gotcha.
watching over there, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
true. Eric and I are watching Wimbledon.
Oh, dude.
That's even worse.
Well, that's what was on the channel when I walked in. So
Dude. All right. Corey Kluber, he told Jeff Passan on the Yahoo MLB podcast that he's not particularly fond of the nickname the Klubot. Quote, I won't be opposed to finding something different, which is such a robotic way to say that you don't dig your nickname. And if there's one thing I know, you can't give yourself a nickname. And conversely, you can't say, I don't want to be called this anymore. Where do you stand on the Klubot, Jared?
Wait. Did you just ask the guy who gave himself a nickname about giving yourselves nicknames?
Who gave himself a nickname?
The Saugus Rocket is
Oh, yeah.
not
Okay.
a Jared given nickname.
I feel it's like
the
Ellen tapping you on your
residents
head.
of
Oh, my little
Saugus.
rocket.
Yeah.
My
Very
little
good,
Saugus
Jared.
rocket.
Very good, Jay
They
Hay.
literally screamed it. I can't remember because I've told this story so many times now in the office because people
Christ.
don't believe me.
Yeah.
But at Saugus High,
yeah.
there was a baseball field that we played on where the
can't
third
believe I'm listening to
baseline,
this.
there was maybe like 10 feet from the chalk to where the cars would park and line up in a line.
This is my
Uh,
life.
And when the Rocket pitched, they
Yeah.
put K's on the windshields. And I have pictures
man.
of the Rocket on the mound with windshields covered in K's. That was the Rocket. So this was not a Jared given nickname. Corey Kluber, if you want a better nickname, come to me. I'll give you a way better nickname. And this, by the way, he said this in the postseason last year that he
Okay.
didn't like it. And it kind of was like, it pissed me off a little bit. I was like, that is a badass nickname.
Do you think
the Klubot?
Do you think it's because he is like waiting to burst out of that shell? That he's waiting to just go fucking full Clevenger? Because if that's the
I mean-
case, like he can't,
Yeah.
because he can't be as stoic out there and continue to try to show himself or show his personality. He's got to stick with being, like I said, he's got to stick with being game faced. So maybe he's like,
I
if
gotta
can
be
get rid of
honest
this
with you.
Klubot thing.
I think that not liking the nickname Klubot is
Yeah.
exactly how I expect a robot to actually feel.
Right. That's and like Pecan said, for him to address the displeasure of the nickname in the fashion that he did. Hey, what are your thoughts on the nickname? Do you like it? Yes or no? I wouldn't be opposed to finding another. Oh, all right. So nothing. Okay.
That's exactly what a robot
It
would
is. That's
say.
that's what the
So,
software.
yeah.
That's how you apply that.
All right, well, what's the nickname?
don't
We got to
get to
come up with a
pick your own
nickname for him, a replacement nickname
you know
for him
what?
next week.
I don't fucking think he gets to pick what his nickname is.
How about
I don't think that's how it
Klubsy?
works.
Klubsy, dude. Nice.
Klubs. It's just Klubs.
Klubs.
He's the Klubot.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
DeRosa, when he talks about him on MLB Network, he always drops the Klubot, and they have like the graphic for it, and they
Yep.
put like the Terminator face on him.
Yep.
It's badass. To
How
not
about-
want that nickname is insane to me.
How about the Ice Club? No, workshopping
We'll
that.
workshop it.
We're working on it. Yeah, let's shop it.
Yeah, because ice water in his veins. He's a
Yeah.
cold
I
competitor.
kind of like it.
the Ice
Okay.
Club.
Yeah, all right. Let's give it a
Ice
thought.
Klub.
Well, Corey Kluber now joins Kevin Durant as big-time superstar professional athletes who have rejected nicknames. Kevin Durant didn't like the Slim Reaper, and now we've got anti-Klubot movement going in Cleveland. So, interesting. All right. Well, Jared, nice work today, buddy. Very excited to find out what happened at the 5th annual, or 5 years later, the Barstool Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby, and that comes out a week from tomorrow.
Yep, Jared won.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Stay tuned for that. just letting you know. Buckle
better
up,
fucking win.
Because
Oh,
the Rocket's
shit.
putting on a show.
We'll check out the show, the Evening Yak, later tonight, my friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. Dallas, next segment. I'd like you to consider your take yesterday, your anti-TSA take.
Oh.
I'd like to revisit that, okay?
I will never reconsider.
I think an apology may be in order.
Fuck TSA.
That's next. You're dialed in with DB on Power 85. I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. And then Yaz, get your fangs ready.
Oh God.
Hey, are we going to talk about this? The mechanic? I didn't even. I got to read that still.
Yeah. So the husband came home and smelt some fumes and found the wife in there with the mechanic dead, carbon monoxide.
Scary.
And the speculation in the article was that she was banging the mechanic to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe it.
Yeah, but how would the husband know that?
Great
They're
question.
Dead.
Yeah. They seem to reach that conclusion very quickly.
There's got to be some kind of some shady shit going on. And I'll be honest, making love in a vehicle, highly overrated.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, well, she's just blowing him. Sit in the car, blow me, get out.
Okay, yeah, I'll buy that.
That's definitely easier than banging in the car.
I've never enjoyed making love in the car.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I won. At the end, I won.
Yeah. I recall it being a good time, in the relative scheme of good times
so
and bad
awkward
times.
And shit gets in the way, and it's
Just a
just,
stick
it's
shift.
like a task.
1 minute.
All right, buddy.
This is already the most World Cup I've watched. So this shit's just going to go nuts when England loses on penalty kicks, right?
Oh, my God.
I hope it goes to penalty kicks.
If it goes to PKs and they lose on PKs to Croatia.
Fuck, don't even say that.
Come back.
Here we go. All right, a couple of weird stories here that came out. One of them, I think, is of the utmost importance. Yesterday, Dallas slandered the good working people of TSA, shit all over them. And Dallas, I want you to reconsider your position after TS agents in Miami found a guy trying to sneak on board a plane with a python inside his computer hard drive. That's why TSA have to be overly diligent in the inspection of shit coming on a plane, dude.
No.
No.
TSA would have to be comatose for them to allow a python to slip through security. All right? That's all. Other than that, if you were able to dress yourself and show up at your job, you probably are going to nail this one. You're probably going to if you've had the training that these folks have had, this is not a wow, super sleuth job here by TSA agent X. That's not what happened. You're trying to sneak a fucking snake on a plane.
It's incredible.
Come on.
I mean, why? Why is this guy trying to sneak a python to Barbados?
Because he's going to pay, or because he's going to get paid for it. I instantly think python, Barbados. This is an animal that is not endemic to the land.
Fuck.
So he's going to
Yeah.
make some money bringing this python over there. Someone's going to pay a nice little price for that. Absolutely. So this is just black market at work here. So really, what TSA has gone and done is taken money off of potentially two families' planes.
Dallas, you fucking spin zone master.
That's
dude.
what they've done. This guy right here, he was just trying to make money for his family, and the TSA has gone and thrown a huge curveball at this guy's game plan. He's like, fuck, man. All I'm trying to do is bring a snake to a pal, make some money here,
shit.
and now you want to act like you're saving the world because like it's this, like the snake. I don't know. It's just
So not only are you refusing to apologize, now you're accusing TSA of shutting down international commerce?
That's exactly what they've done. And, Pecan, what are they doing rifling through this guy's hard drive, huh? What are they doing?
You know what? I'm gonna take Dallas's side here, but I am gonna say one thing. There's a difference between TSA being aggressive about their job and TSA doing their job correctly.
Yes, correct.
So that's where I stand with Dallas, but I do give them a high five for finding the python. I wouldn't want to be on the airplane with a python. That's terrifying.
Yeah, good.
But like shuffling through, and like sometimes they get really aggressive with it when they don't need to take that approach.
These are the same people who just strewn the ashes of a loved one across the insides of a bag. Like that same group of people, you're now applauding for digging through some guy's hard drive here. Oh, look what I found, a snake.
If we have to spill some ashes to keep bombs off a plane, I think it may be worth it in the long run. You got to think utilitarian, Dallas. Come on, brother.
I know where you're at with that, and I can't disagree. But
Okay.
I just can't give these people the freedoms that they have and the liberties that they've taken for themselves. I can't do it.
Fair. I'll take that and run with it. I'll take that slight bit of compromise, and I'm going to get the fuck out of Dodge and take you to a family in Newark, New Jersey. It's a tough one. This sounds like something straight out of a Pornhub script or something. Husband returns to his Newark home, smells some odd, noxious fumes coming from the garage.
That's actually just Newark smell.
Okay. Newark, New Jersey, where Daniel LaRusso, Karate Kid, was from. So he goes down in the garage. Yeah. He finds his 39-year-old wife doing the sign of the bareback beast with her 56-year-old mechanic.
Oh.
They've died from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh.
Tough deal. Not exactly the way you want to find your wife dead.
No. Like, I guess if you're being given an option, that's
Probably
nowhere near the top of the list. Like
Very, very low on the wife is dead power ranking scenarios.
Yeah, not making the Mount Rushmore of how to find your wife dead.
Not to sound insensitive here, but I wish that
Sure.
I knew like the exact position that their bodies were found in. Like where
Yes.
they
Yes.
just like a mid-fuck and they just ran out of air.
Wow. Yeah, is that the first time we've had an F-bomb
Yes.
out of the mouth?
I don't think so.
I-
No, I'm
No.
I'm
well,
pretty
definitely
bad.
in that context, young lady. I've got a bottle of Dawn in the house that we're going to have to get you introduced to. My God.
Atta girl,
but
yes.
well,
Here's another strange twist on the story. The husband believes that his wife was having a barter payment with the mechanic, like paying off getting the carburetor replaced.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, it's one thing if the guy wakes up and he walks out into the garage and he's got like a Chrysler LeBaron,
Right.
and he comes home and now he's got a nice cherry El Camino in the garage. He's like, hey, how the fuck did this happen? What's going on?
Right.
And the wife's like, no big deal. I got the brakes changed. And he's like, no, you got your brakes beat off of you is what happened, because I remember a LeBaron sitting in here, and now you're getting shagged out in the back of an El Camino, cherry red, in my garage. You've been paying the bills some other way, haven't you? Like, I don't see her getting the upgrade. No, but she's doing what she needs to do to take care of her family, to make sure the roof over their head is fine, to make sure the wheels under their asses are rolling when they need to. So she got a little carried away in her monthly installments.
Essentially, you're saying, Dallas, that she was sacrificing for the greater good of the family.
Look, maybe maybe it's a multi-income housing situation where people got to work. Maybe you got to pay bills for childcare. There's a lot to digest here, and Yaz makes a great...
I think I have a different twist.
What?
I just found this article, and it says that they were both found on the ground. She was a few feet away. He appeared to be looking at the car, and she was just laying on the ground further away. So I'm just going to go out there, and it says a married woman and her mechanic lover. What if the husband set them up?
Yeah.
Took out the carbon alarm, got rid of it, was like, you know what? I know that they're going to do this later. F you. And he set it all up. And then he called the cops and said they were having sex. But really, they weren't.
Yeah, we're going to have to go through, because now if you're the husband, right, you have the, I don't know the term for this kit other than a rape kit. So whatever.
Thank you, Dallas.
Whatever, like I don't know if there's another term. If I knew it, and if there is,
A
please
swab
tell.
or something?
Yeah, a swab, like whatever. Like because I think
Yeah.
Pap smear is like medically like doesn't. I don't know. Fuck. I clearly am extremely ignorant about this. Admittedly so. So whatever testing can be done to
Yeah.
prove that there was sexual intercourse, I'm sure that's going to happen. There's going to be some DNA swabbing going on. So when that goes down, you're going to get your answers. But for just to go back to Yaz's point, like if they're both naked in the back of the car and he's like laying on her back, well, I'm pretty sure we can deduce what's happening. But if he's in full overalls laying underneath the car and she's passed out on the side somewhere, like maybe they were just having a conversation, he's checking the car out, and hey, it's a silent deadly killer for a reason. 1 minute you're there talking about carburetors, and the next minute you're fucking 10 toes up. You're done.
I think it's very obvious to me why I have never been able to get my mechanic to do a home visit as opposed to bringing the car there. So I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch up my tactics a little bit.
By the way, I'm going to power rank the worst places to make love, starting with your vehicle. 1, 2, a hot tub. Hot tub sex, terrible. Car dude.
Hot tub, you can just elevate yourself out of the hot tub. Get out of the hot tub so that the
well, then it's not hot tub sex.
So, no, yes, it is. You're standing in the hot tub. You're just not sitting in the hot tub.
Well, then that defeats the purpose. I personally believe that the suction involved in hot tub sex is awful. It's highly overrated.
The suction.
For
I hate
a
that
reason,
word.
because you're in water. And, like, I don't know too many people that would ever use water as a lubricant.
Third on my power rankings, the beach. Nobody wants sand up in their shit.
Yeah, sandy
Nothing.
crevices are
Terrible.
no fun. I mean, I mean, you got to take 2 showers after the beach anyway, regardless whether you're getting funky or not.
Awful, awful. All right, Yaz, get ready, girl.
I've
Get
been
those
ready. I
engines
woke up ready.
No, Yaz came ready to throw down today. Her guy got into an airport fight. Hartsfield International, which is hell on earth. Pac-Man Jones throwing down with a guy in a bib. That's next. You're dialed in with DB Power 85. I'll be right back.
All right.
Sick.
Quick segment here, guys, obviously.
Wow. Did you see the Joel Sherman tweet?
No, what'd he say?
Sign of the times. MLB went over 1,200 players used in a game last night. Before 1999, the 1,200 player mark had never been reached. The number has risen every year since 2012 to a record 1,358 last year. Teams more willing to use the DL, younger players, and shuttle to create roster depth and versatility.
Huh.
One minute.
Del Porto Nadal. What? New footage of Bruce Lee in a full contact match?
Is he the baddest dude there ever was?
I mean, find it. Who's else?
Hey, Pecan, pretty quick here, obviously.
Yep, gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't think of anybody at the top of my dome. Private Dan Daly,
Chuck
Stanley
Norris?
Butler. Yeah, I don't know. I take Bruce over.
Kluber Lang.
Thank you, Biggie. A little shout out to Pac-Man, Adam Pac-Man Jones, who, to be honest with you, I can't believe he's still in the league. It's still a competent corner, but I think that even Yaz, who is a devout fan of the Cincinnati Bengals, would admit he's had some off-field issues. Scumbag may be a little harsh, but he's definitely not a saint or he's not somebody you'd want watching your kids at night. He's in Hartsfield International Airport today and gets into a fight. I mean, dude, hands were being thrown with an airport worker wearing a bib. Yes, you can have it from here.
Okay, I'm just going to say that you kind of came to the defense of Orange Vest Dude, and I came to the defense of Pac-Man because when I saw the video, I broke out in sweats. I was angry because you're right. He has had a lot of off-field incidents, so he doesn't need something like this. And it just pisses me off that this guy was an aggressor, obviously set him off. And I don't know. I keep going back to this point, but if you watch the way that the guy slams him into the wall, somebody slams Dallas into that wall, I guarantee Dallas isn't going to be like, you know what, man? Okay. Dallas is going to go right back. When they're just fighting back and forth, you could tell, or like words verbally fighting back and forth, you could tell that Pac-Man's trying to walk away. Right. It's after he's slammed into the wall that Pac-Man's like, you know what? Fuck you. And no, I'm right behind him 100%. And he's actually not on the Bengals anymore. They decided to not extend his contract. So he's a free agent. He doesn't need this right now. He doesn't need it.
Dallas?
No, not Dallas. You pick this battle, buddy.
Okay, you know what? All I said is Pac-Man Jones may be rabid. That's all I said.
Just a slight.
I mean, dude, do you want to see Pac-Man Jones in a fucking alley? Probably not.
No, and I'm with Yaz here. This is what sucks. Like, because you've had your incidents and you've moved beyond those, you're
Has he?
Well, why hasn't he? Has he had?
The guy is still good for at least one incident a year, whether it's taking an opponent, Amari Cooper, at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, of which you know well, Dallas, and slamming his head into the turf, or, I don't know, being in the back of a squad car,
play to the whistle,
spitting on a cop and threatening to murder him, or, I don't know, getting people paralyzed.
Was there body cam footage?
Would tend to think,
was there body cam footage?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I tried back then.
Or cop car footage or something. I'm just going to say, I have certain resentments towards Adam Pac-Man Jones because he left the SEC to go to the ACC or the Big East, West Virginia, so that may factor in a little bit.
Jeez.
But the guy he's a notorious, he may be rabid. So,
no,
but there is an update to this story.
Oh, all right.
Let's hear it.
Okay. In fact, Yaz informed me before the show. The guy in the bib, who is an employee of Hartsfield International, he has been arrested. So the guy was misbehaving. The guy was probably trying to get some money. Let me pick a fight with this guy and let me get paid off. That's probably the likely scenario.
Very true.
That's so unfortunate, though, that's even just something that's understood that can happen in our world. That's what's horrible about this, is someone just takes a shot at you because you are who you are. And
volatile, wealthy.
But what it is, it speaks to our justice system, because like we've seen like women do this with men in terms of abuse,
and
it's not like, you know, obviously we have domestic violence and we have an issue with that, not only in public but in sports as well. But you see how the justice system reacts to stuff like this, so it becomes a viable option for people. If the justice system wouldn't react and behave the way it does to things like this, then you wouldn't see it become such a viable option for people to go, oh, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to go out hunting a paycheck and looking for somebody cool or somebody that's got money that might be a little volatile. You know, this is like trying to follow Draymond Green or Boogie Cousins home from the Oracle and talking shit to them, knowing you're going to get some shit talk back to you, and if you cross the line, you might get popped. And for you, that's a paycheck instead of going, why would I ever even want to do that?
I would actually go as far as to say that it's even less the judicial system and how that's encouraged it, and more just the media cycle and reaction to it, because
not bad.
Because that amplifies. Adam Jones is the story here, right? It's not guy in orange vest was a dickhead.
Exactly.
So Adam Jones's situation has been amplified. It's now another knock against Adam Jones. And as we all know, when the correction, Pecan's addendum notwithstanding, when the large national media addendum comes out to this, the correction, nobody will care and nobody will remember that it wasn't actually Adam Jones being an aggressive monster in the airport. It was him reacting probably to some antagonizing douchebag.
Yeah,
we don't know what happened, but I bet you that guy was trying to instigate him. Here's my issue too, though. I'm assuming the woman that got in the middle of it was somehow attached to Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Yes.
Yes.
Stay the fuck out of the way. I know my girlfriend does the same thing. If I have a cross look at somebody in another car, she shouts and grabs my arm, and that even gets me more amped. That woman, stay the hell out the way.
No, but see, think about it this way. She's the voice of reason.
Yes.
She knows exactly what's going to come.
Yep.
So she's like, nope, we're not doing this. He's putting the money down for that family. I'm pretty sure she's not working. So for her, she's like, he needs a job.
Yeah.
Stay out of this.
And no, Yaz is absolutely right on that. My wife.
No, that's how you get someone hurt.
No, my wife does the same thing, and it's because they've identified and they know you. So if she's grabbing at you, like for me, my wife, like if my wife is grabbing at me, we are in a bad spot because I put my wife, I put my grandmother, I put our baby, I put every bit of those people above what I should be doing or how I should be reacting, because I know that if I fuck up, if I slip up, these people that depend on me, they're the ones who pay the price. So knocking homeboy out, as much as that might feel tremendous, like squaring up a ball in the sweet spot, you just don't even feel it. You watch their legs quiver and collapse. Like you got to put that. You got to put that away. You got to put that away because that ain't happening today. Because you've got other people. And, not to mention, you know what? You might deliver that blow thinking you're a badass, and shit doesn't work. That's my problem. Is I treat the guy who's 6'7", 300 pounds. Just like I treat the guy who's 5'2", 105 pounds. Like I'm feeling like if we're at a point in time, I'm going to be whooping your ass. And that is the farthest thing from reality. And that's just not real. So you got to be careful. You can run into a buzzsaw, man.
Well, she got in the middle. I mean, to prevent the fight, she didn't do her job. That could have got nasty. So it looks like everybody got out of it all right. But just a weird story. Another, as Jay Hay pointed out, another notch in Adam Pac-Man Jones's his headboard. Not exactly his fault. All right, we'll come back. One last blast. You're dialed in with DB Power 85.
Two and a half.
Are they going to PKs?
Yes. Ooh. I love watching PKs.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh, it's going to be great, Pecan, to watch them.
Oh, shit.
If they lose in PKs, my word.
No. Okay.
You have to stay on Skype so that we can watch your reaction.
No, I can't do the electric thing, man.
Yeah, the electric chair, the Pecan electric chair.
Well, it's not that severe. It's just the last of my kitty.
Oh, goodness.
I feel so awkward ever rooting for the English in anything. It's like a violation, but
yeah,
I'm not voting for them as a country, just as a revenue source. All right, let me turn it on.
Colby just messaged me. He said it's not PKs, it's 30 minutes extra time.
Yeah.
Oh, extra time. Okay.
Oh, I thought you just meant what does PK stand for?
Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't know that before. I didn't know that before, but he sent me that message asking what.
Gotcha.
It's going to be
Going into
30 minutes
extras.
extra time, not PKs this side, I assume. Soccer. No one knows.
Oh, that sucks. Many very hot soccer players.
Well, they all got the haircuts and the tats, right?
And they're tan.
These guys, their haircuts are always freshly cut. I don't get it.
Oh, and
Every
they're
day?
gelled up and shit.
What
It's
the-
incredible. It's incredible.
Or a donut every day.
And the sweat kind of makes their face glow a little bit.
10 seconds.
All right, England, Croatia about to go into extra time, so I'll definitely be in the electric chair for the next half hour. It's Dallas. It's hard for an Irishman to pull for the Brits, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't.
You got a couch down there in Simi Valley?
I do. Come on. Woody. I got a nice little cabana. You could a nice little space up top. You could chill out in for sure. Absolutely.
You could bring a tent. It fits in the backyard.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you could go set up shop. Nice little campfire up on the top plateau we've got. You got a mountainside backing up to you. A nice big rock to give you some shade. You set up
Test
shop
out
on
your
the
little
north
hot
side.
tub theories.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather make love in a tent, even a pup tent, than a fucking hot tub. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to the Hawks though about sharing time in the hot tub.
Yeah, you got a virtual zoo back there. You got coyotes. You got hawks. You may have a panther or two.
I've got not shitting you. I want to say like 30 miles away from here, there was a grizzly, not a grizzly bear. I don't know what kind of bear, but a small bear.
What?
Yeah, came careening through somebody's backyard, hanging out in their swimming pool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
A fucking bear. A bear, Pecan.
Oh, dude. We got all kinds of bears in San Francisco.
If I catch wind of a wild bear out here, I'm moving tomorrow. Done deal.
Yeah, I'll pass on the bears. I've seen that movie, Grizzly Man. All right, man. Had a lot of fun today. It'll be a kick-ass show, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Starting 9 after you guys are recording after this.
You know it.
I'll be listening tomorrow morning. We'll reconvene 2 o'clock. Get ready for DC next Monday and Tuesday. You're dialed in. Coming up next, it's Barstool Radio on Sirius XM, Power 85.
Hey, Dallas.
Dallas is here.
Talk to you podcast in 3 hours.
Yep.
Cool. Talk to you.
Smell you.
All right.
See you guys. Thanks, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Later.